while Ryan's trying to get back on, I know he's not the biggest Doctor Who fan, so we won't give any spoilers, but I will say your Doctor Who coverage on CinemaBlend is amazing. And I thought, like, it's not a spoiler because you also talked about theories leading up to it and like what the buzz was. How did you have your fingers so on the pulse of Doctor Who's fan theories?
I mean, part of it is just I've watched the show for a long time. I was actually a Doctor Who fan before I was a Star Trek fan. I was late to the Star Trek game. I got a job at a radio station. I met this guy who was a huge Whovian. He's like, you gotta watch Doctor Who. You gotta watch Doctor Who. And it was like right around the time like Doctor Who stuff was everywhere. They were like selling it in Hot Topic and they had like Matt Smith and Amy Pond. So I was like, let's, it's on Netflix. Let me watch it, see what it's about. Got hooked on Doctor Who. And then they also, I think I had to get rid of Netflix for a while, but I was like, that's okay, because BBC America plays Doctor Who nonstop. And then one day, just by chance, I turned on BBC America to watch my daily 4 hours of Doctor Who, and it was Star Trek: The Next Generation. And I was like, I love Patrick Stewart, and I don't have anything against the show. And it like blew my mind entirely. Like watching TNG, I was like, this is like a show about how I feel about life, and this is everything that like all the values that I hold. And I just felt so like, I don't know, I felt weird about it because it felt like I found like my people kind of when I started watching TNG. I was like, there's tons of people out here that feel the same way I do about these things and want these things to happen. And then that turned into Voyager, and then turned into watching Deep Space Nine and the original series. And then, of course, right around the time I started CinemaBlend was when Discovery was premiering. And that's kind of how I jumped on the Star Trek beat. Because, I had done like TNG articles here and there before that. But that was when I really like was pretty hardcore dedicated to the cause.
Wow. Okay, that's so Matt's great origin story.
Yeah. So Matt Smith was your first Doctor?
Well, kind of. I didn't start with Matt. So like I heard I feel like it was like ahead of the Christmas special. There was like kind of like a gap. And I had some time. So I had some time to at least watch Christopher Eccleston. And then I watched like the Matt Smith Christmas special. And then I feel like getting into Doctor Who through Matt Smith is such a hard thing to do because there's the expectation of seeing Matt Smith at first. It's really jarring to go from Matt Smith to David Tennant. And I feel like it would be much easier the other way around. Because I'll be honest, the first couple episodes I watched of David Tennant, I didn't care for it. I was like, I don't know. And I just like wasn't feeling it. And it took some time because, of course, he has some of the best storylines in like the Doctor Who run in terms of everything he does. And I love him now. But I feel like Matt Smith and him just give off very different energy as the Doctor. So yeah, it was kind of jarring. I didn't know if I was gonna watch any of Tennant's run when I first got into it. I was like, oh, this guy's annoying. That's literally like my gut thing. It was he's way too much kind of thing.
It's hard getting used to the new ones. Well, I have Rory and Amy bachelor party magnets on my refrigerator. I think t-shirts today. So fun. But it's so funny because like I got into Doctor Who because I bought BBC America so that I could watch TNG like with commercials like the old days. So it's like the opposite of you. I love BBC America.
So here's what I love about Doctor Who, and we won't get into spoilers, but you guys, everybody listening knows the Christmas special's happening, and they released their preview for it. And the thing I love about Russell T Davies coming back to Doctor Who is I feel like once he left, Stephen Moffat kind of made Who a bit more serious, and then with Chris Chibnall, it got super serious. And Russell T Davies, he kind of did injects like a lot of cheekiness into Doctor Who stories. So I feel like it's fitting. The Christmas special is about goblins kidnapping a baby to eat it. Like it's just something that's so goofy. You're like, yeah, like that's like the Russell T Davies stuff I remember. Like just so many storylines where it's just so, it's really serious but goofy. He's really good at balancing.
I mean, in that first special, I just watched them all this weekend, and when they have like the little stuffed animals, I was like, oh my god, this is so cute and weird and quirky and fun all at once. It's very fun. And I love, but you did a great a great article about like the theories and the fan buzz for what was going to happen in that third and final special. And it was just so well done and like opens up. I mean, talks about like what the drawbacks could be, and then opens up like what this could mean for the show. And it's cool that they're like doing a lot of new things and expanding into possibly a multiverse like Star Trek. So it'll be really exciting to see.
Definitely love everything that Doctor Who's doing. I just I feel like, how great was Neil Patrick Harris? Like, did you expect him to just, like, knock it out of the park?
I expected to be like, oh, this is so derivative. And then he came on and was like popping. Oh my, and then, okay, I'm just gonna give a spoiler that there's like a Spice Girls moment. And it's like, I had to like rewind and watch it at least 5 times. It was so amazing. It's basically like a bonus Spice Girls music video with Neil, like with MTH dancing. It is so good. Oh my god!
Now hearing "Spice Up Your Life" and Doctor Who. I mean, that's
no way.
The transition back more into like Star Trek stuff. I wish Star Trek would do more stuff with like music from our era in its shows, because like, you know, whatever, classical music's timeless. You know, you have Patrick Stewart listening to his classical music, but like, could he also listen to Oasis sometimes too? Like, you know, it'd be so cool to have more Trek with like contemporary music kind of spiked in. You know, you can make excuses for anything why they're listening to 20th century.
Yeah, that's true.